So my last long video was about the central nervous system, and I was just explaining the bare bones of the construction of the central nervous system. And now becomes the fun part. And I'll be talking about supplements and certain things that you can take herbal herbs as well and just to support your nervous system. Because the nervous system is, of course, everything's so important, everything is connected, but the nervous system talks to the brain, talks to your organs, it talks to every nook and cranny inside of you is being talked to by the nervous system. So we want our nervous system to be healthy and balanced and have really, really good tone. So I'm going to be talking about some supplements about that. So we all know that omega-3 fatty acids are really good. They support brain function, they decrease inflammation, and they also protect our neurons. So the fatty acids, of course, are from fish oil, flaxseed has them, chia seeds has them, pumpkin oil has them. The list goes on and on. Avocado, nuts, yeah, all that great stuff. Magnesium citrate, glycinate, threonate, aspartate, orotate. There's a lot of different chelations of magnesium, and they're all great, and they're all quite absorbable. The threonate is a little bit special because it crosses the blood barrier, the brain blood barrier a little bit easier. So it's very good for, of course, the brain because of that. But magnesium on the whole just helps to regulate nerve signaling, and it improves sleep and reduces stress and all that great stuff. B vitamins. So B vitamins are essential for nerve repair, and they're essential for myelin sheath maintenance. And I'll be doing a video just on the myelin sheath. That is so important to support that, because if you don't have good myelin sheath, you can be in some real big trouble. So I'll be doing a video just on that. B vitamins are also a lot of times cofactors for neurotransmitter production. Theanine from green tea. So theanine, it promotes relaxation and modulates neurotransmitters like GABA and dopamine. So modulation is so important because of course you have the sympathetic and the parasympathetic, and you want them to be so balanced that you can react in a very subtle but very appropriate way and then come back down to homeostasis. So that's where a lot of adaptogens come into play. Ashwagandha, rhodiola, holy basil. Adaptogens, they reduce mental fatigue, and they also support the nervous system in such a way that you actually are get more. It enhances your resilience to stress. We're always going to have stress, and in times we're going to have, of course, overwhelming stress and sometimes less stress. So these adaptogens really ride the waves with us when it comes to the modern landscape. So adaptogens are really important for the nervous system and just balancing the nervous system. Back to green tea extract. So green tea also helps us get into alpha waves. So alpha waves really are where our brain can repair itself, and the lymphatic system, which is the brain lymphatic system, can really flush out the waste and really repair our brain at nighttime. So ginkgo biloba, anything that enhances blood flow to the brain is a really good idea. So some people, they do have reactions to ginkgo biloba, so you may want to just start slow at first and see if you can handle it. But ginkgo, anything that increases, like I said, the blood flow, so it's actually extremely healthy also for the eyes. The eyes are just right there, of course. So ginkgo has been used for a long time for memory and for brain, but because of that, it also enhances the nervous system as well. Passion flower reduces anxiety, and it does that by interacting with GABA receptors. So you'll see it in a lot of sleeping formulas, and just you can take it during the day as well. Turmeric, anti-inflammatory, but especially brain inflammation. So brain inflammation you don't want that, because that causes miscommunication. The cells cannot really communicate effectively when there's all this inflammation that is stopping them from having that connection. So I talked about so the amino acid GABA. Amino acid GABA is the number one amino acid for the nervous system. So we really want the nervous system to be able to relax. And GABA allows it to relax and not always be on. So that's where the parasympathetic nervous system comes in. So GABA is really good. You can take GABA at nighttime for sleeping. It kind of calms the mind. So people who have trouble sleeping because their mind doesn't shut off, GABA is excellent for that. You can also take GABA during the day, and it helps with anxiety. Glycine. L-glycine. So glycine has a huge benefit on anxiety. So a lot of people are now taking glycine for anxiety, also for at nighttime, especially at nighttime. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stuff. So back to the fish oil and the omega-3s. So the omega-3s are really important for the myelin sheath. So the myelin sheath requires large amounts of lipids. So it doesn't stop there. Lecithin is incredible for the myelin sheath and for just making sure that nerves and neurons and everything can communicate correctly. Every cell of our body has a phospholipid around it, and that is part of the communication pathway. So we want to really enhance and protect the phospholipids. So I'm not talking about, of course, cholesterol and all that. I'm talking about really good phospholipids from like lecithin, omega-3s, omega-6, that could be phosphatidylserine, phosphatidylcholine. This will all be said again when I talk about the myelin sheath. So there are some nutritional deficiencies that could make it very difficult to have a balanced nervous system, including deficiencies in iron, vitamin D, of course, magnesium, of course, and the B vitamins. So they can also impair energy metabolism. Also, overtraining. Overtraining can really stress out the nervous system. And everything should be as balanced as you can. So, of course, exercise is wonderful, but also recovery is wonderful. And you want to give your body ample time to reset. And so, sauna is really good for that. Sauna actually helps with the parasympathetic tone. Also, even cold plunges. Cold plunges is interesting because they actually reset the central nervous system. So that is why you're supposed to do it very short. I would even, do it, 20 seconds if you can handle it. Because, again, excess. So, you don't want to do any of these things in excess because it will throw that balance of the central nervous system out. So, I hope this was helpful, and I'll just talk to you later. Bye for now.